Hi guys, welcome to 10 Plus with Apeh. Today I'm going to be your host. My name is FIDELIS. We're talking financial intelligence, making money in your 20s. Now I know I already have your attention because really, who doesn't want to make money when they are young? And you know it's not just about making the money, it's about making the right decisions to help you sustain this money for it to grow to something bigger, right? So today we have with us Mrs. Victoria Ikani, CEO of Vinaco Consults, to help us dig into this topic. Mind you, you can be more than 20, you can be in your 30s and your early 40s. Trust me, this video will help you a lot. So don't go anywhere, we're going to be right back after this short break. Hi guys, welcome back from the short break. Before the break, I promised that we have Mrs. Victoria Ikani with us here in the studio. Welcome to this episode.
Thank you, Mercy. It's my privilege to be here to speak with us on financial intelligence. I'm sure we're going to have a nice time talking on this topic.
Yes, like I said, she's the CEO of Vinaco Consulting, so she has plenty things to tell us. So we can jump right in back.
Sure.
Because I'm sure my audience are already waiting for me. Like, this greeting, no concern us. Hurry up. Let's hear what you have to say. So the first question I'm going to ask you, I mean, everybody wants to make money in their 20s. It's everybody's dream. All youths want to make good money in their 20s. But now it feels like people are valuing comfort, or people are prioritizing comfort higher than value when it comes to making money. So what do you think should be the main driving force in making money in your 20s?
Okay. So money is an item we need, or that we depend on to make critical decisions in our life. You know, so whether as a young person or as an old person, we all need money. You know, so like you rightly said, right now with this present age, and even with the age generation coming forward, the value for money, I would say, has been eroded.
Yeah.
You know, so people now place priority on comfort rather than on the value that money provides. It's good to understand that money is a means to an end and not the end itself. So it's not the comfort, it's not the happiness you are looking forward to, but what value will this money I'm going after, what does it represent to me as an individual? So money that is gotten illegally, or money that is gotten through hard work, they both have different values.
Yes,
you can't
exactly.
place their value on the same level. So as young people, what should drive us should be the value of money. Now, the value of money also changes in the hands of its possessor, or in the hands of its owner. So money in the hand of a corrupt person cannot be the same as money in your hands, when you've worked yourself throughout the whole month and then you've been paid your money. That's value. So whether it's 100,000 naira you've earned compared to 100 million naira gotten through illegal means, they are not the same thing. So if our drive for comfort will now drive us to go and get money through illegal means, you now know that you've lost the value of money. So that's why it's important to understand that your pursuit for money should be driven by the value that you get from that money, and not just the comfort you are looking forward to. So our drive should be what? Value and not comfort.
I'm happy you said that, because many people, like my peers, we just want the soft life.
I know.
Really, nobody wants to do the grind.
Yeah.
Like, people, my mates will see me working hard, they'll be like, what are you doing? Why are you suffering?
Yourself.
Exactly. They just want the easy way to get money, to enjoy themselves. Nobody's really thinking long term, but in everybody's mind, I want to be a future billionaire.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy that you really hit the stone on the head, differentiating the different types of means of making the money.
Yeah.
So it leads me to my next question now. What is the importance of structure in making money?
So structure in business per se is like a foundation to a building. So if you have no foundation, you know that building cannot stand. So if there's no structure for you in making or guiding your finances of your business, then you have no framework in which you can get sustainable income. So you might just get that income now, just one deal and something just comes in, and then you think you've hit it, and then you now want to run with it. If you don't have a structure that guarantees you sustainable income in the long run, then there's no basis for that, So what you should also look forward to as a young person is, what structure do I want to put in place to be able to ensure sustainability, a sustainable source of income in the long run, and not that quick hit that just makes you feel like, okay, I've hit it, but how can I keep making this money, or what are the sources that I can put in place, structures I can put in place to ensure that this money is also sustainable.
It keeps coming, no matter what. It doesn't just stop. It's not like one hit wonder, that kind of
thing. Exactly.
Okay, so how can I, because I'm speaking from my perspective, how can I balance rewarding myself for a job well done and still be financially disciplined? It's hard to balance it. It can be like a thorn in your flesh. How do you because I can say now, for example, I finished writing one hard exam and I'm like, I must enjoy myself. I'm going to buy cold stone at shawarma. But then again, I'm trying to save up for something. I know people will say, oh, it boils down to need and want. But I feel like sometimes what I want is important.
Exactly.
It's not just what I need. So how do I strike that balance?
Yeah, so there's a thin line between our needs and our wants. And it can be very difficult to be able to place, your priority on, okay, is this a need for me at this point? Is this a want? But what I would advise is that you need to stay focused. So the moment you start making good results, or you start recording good results, it's not a time to overcompensate yourself for the sufferings of the past. I've suffered so much, now that I've hit it, let me blow, let me enjoy, it's time to go partying, it's time to take my friends out. No. You must stay focused. So that's why it's also good to have a structure, like we said earlier. You have a structure, you have a plan. Okay, I've made my first 1 million naira. Is this a time to now buy that car I've been looking forward to? And I know the car is going to cost me probably 900,000 naira. So how much do I have left? So if you have a structure, if you have your goals and your plans, it now tells you that this is not a time to start rewarding yourself. We just made 1 million. That is not our goal. Our goal is probably 10 million. 100 million naira. So it now guides you, and then also guides your desires. So you are now, at a point in time, we all have to tell ourselves the truth. No matter the desires, no matter your aspirations. Oh, I really want this. I'm craving for this. But I bring myself back to my inner closet and I say, okay, this thing I am actually craving for, is this what I really need at this point in time? So you need to be able to differentiate between what your needs and your wants. Stay focused. Don't be quick to start rewarding yourself for the little successes you think you are recording at this point in time. Be focused and then prioritize your needs and your wants.
Well, like there are times where, when people say that you're working hard, you're earning money, but you still look like you're suffering. So those basic wants, like buying yourself a new shoe or a new bag or human hair, like me, I would say, because I like hair. All those little things, I mean, they might cost some money, definitely, if you want to buy a really good quality, but it's something you actually want. Like, some things just make you happy. Like I said, I finished writing a very hard exam and I just want to unwind. Maybe it's Chinese I want to eat. I know that, yes, it's not a need, it's a want. How exactly am I supposed to know, like, where to cut it short? I know that you shouldn't maybe reward yourself for every little win. But what of when you're exhausted and you just want to relax? What then happens?
Well, the fact that we're saying you should stay focused doesn't mean that you just close your eyes to everything. Like you said, just a little. But when you've gone overboard, you know that this one I've done too much, You can't make, like I said, you can't make a million naira, your first a million naira hit. And then you're calling everybody and throwing a party and you're spending 200,000 naira out of that million naira. It makes no sense. So you also have to tell yourself the truth and draw the line. So if I take myself out and I do a little shawarma, it's not too bad, You can do that and then stay focused. So don't party and then leave forget about your dreams and aspirations. It wouldn't work. It's not right, So we need to be able to draw that line, because if you now have to depend on your monthly income or monthly paychecks to be able to sustain your lifestyle, you know that you've not gotten it. You are still financially insecure. So you need to be able to draw that line between what I want now, what my desires, my cravings are for now, or my desire to reward myself for my successes, and then my financial goal or my business goals. That should be at the forefront. Then you can now, indulge just a little.
Small. Okay, so very quickly before we go on a break.
Yeah.
For a lot of people that are young, we live paycheck to paycheck. I'm saying we because I can relate. It's like we're waiting for salary.
Yeah.
And then when the new month comes, before 15th, it's like the salary has disappeared. It's as if the last month's salary had no business with the new month. So as a young person, how do I live that paycheck to paycheck lifestyle while trying to, be financially independent? That financial intelligence thing, how do I do it?
Okay, so you cannot you cannot have an aspiration to be financially independent or financially stable when you have to live from paycheck to paycheck. Like I said earlier, it's a state of financial insecurity. If you have to depend on your monthly salaries to be able to feed your lifestyle or fend for your lifestyle. So as a young person, I would advise that you have your financial goals. So I probably will want to move from a state of financial insecurity to a place of financial wealth, wherein I have resources that can fend my lifestyle, and I have resources that can take care of the life I want to live without putting pressure on my paycheck. And that comes with probably having multiple businesses and having multiple streams of income. But once you know that you are tied to a paycheck, it means you now have to adopt some level of discipline to be able to maintain that lifestyle that will move you from a state of financial insecurity into a more financially stable lifestyle. So where you would have to spend so much on things that you necessarily don't need, which are your wants now, it means you now have to curtail it. So when you need to do aggressive savings to be able to build up funds to probably support that new business that you're looking at, it means that you now have to, put on that cap of discipline to be able to, transit into that lifestyle. But success does not come by mere wishing. You can't wish it. Oh, I wish I can get 1 million naira. If you were so, I'm sure all of us would have been billionaires walking on the street. So, but that discipline is very important as young people, and it's something we must cultivate as we grow up, so that even when you probably arrive at that place, you don't lose it, because you know what it took you to get there. You know the hard work you had to put into this to be able to get there. So we must adopt that lifestyle of discipline, because that's the only thing that can, secure us a place, in the future. And then you must save. So you can't earn everything and then spend everything. Then what are you now going to use to invest in the business? So you must save. So no matter how much comes in a month, you must have a plan for savings. You must have a plan for investment. You must have a plan for your personal self, because of course you need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of your family as well. So you must have financial goals to be able to maintain that lifestyle and then help you transit from that level to a higher level.
Like Apeh used to say, he said, don't wait for plenty money before you start saving.
Exactly.
Save small.
Yes.
Is the habit of saving that is even more important than what you're actually saving.
Exactly.
So I like that you touched on multiple streams of income, because that's something that's very rampant in our day-to-day lives with young people. So when we come back from the break, I'm going to make her go deep into that multiple streams of income. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, guys. Before the break, we're talking about saving, the saving culture, saving small, and all that. So can you go deeper into, because I've figured that not everybody can save. Even when we say save small, not everybody. There are people that are earning 10K. How much is transport? How much is feeding? It's just enough to get them through the month, or at least almost through the month. So in situations like that, how do those people handle their lives?
Okay, so what you would want to do, because practically speaking, at this level, it becomes very difficult to save, because you probably don't even have enough to take care of yourself. But what you can use as a strategy is that wherever you find yourself, you probably would want to stay there long enough to be able to grow your capacity, and then put in more into the environment so that you can now demand more out of that environment. So you're probably working in an office, and then you probably came in there as a young person, you don't know anything. So you put in the effort into working, knowing the work, knowing what you need to bring in, value you need to bring on board. So having stayed there, learned the ropes, put in your best to understand the demands of you from that environment, you can now walk up to your boss and say, sir, I think I have value. I think I bring value on board. Can you increase my pay? So with an increased paycheck, it means that you now have capacity to save. So it's not a time to say, okay, because I have an increased paycheck, I probably would now want to increase my lifestyle. I want to get new shoes. I want to get new bags. No, it's now time for you to save, because you, like we said, or we talked about structure, you now have to have a structure that, helps you to build on what you desire to have, or to build a new business, or to build something that can give you more income rather than what you're having. So the goal is to do what? Start working on yourself to be able to improve yourself, and then you can now demand more from the from the system. So it means you've put in input into the system, so that the output is that I can now demand more out of the system. With that, I now have built up my capacity to save. But if you are waiting for that miracle to happen, you sure know that it won't happen. Because I think one of the shortcomings of the young people of this age is that we want things to happen so fast. There's no consistency. People are not able to put in consistent effort or hard work to see something grow. So you just start something 1 month, 2 months, 3 months down the line, you're eager to see the results. It doesn't work like that. So you must be consistent. You need to put in effort and then see how that thing also grows. So make sure you have a strategy, then be consistent, and make sure you're learning and you're growing.
My major takeaway from what you just said is, when you're in a particular place, stay long enough to build yourself to now demand more. Because many people will say, oh, thank you, after 1 month, I'm more escape, I'm leaving this place. And then they'll keep jumping from one place to another. While, to be honest, they might not necessarily get that 150k paying job. So I feel like my major takeaway is to stay long enough, build yourself in that environment until you can now demand more to start saving. That's a very, very good point. So there are young people that they're earning, they have to assist their families, they have their lives to live, they have to save. They also want to reward themselves when they work hard. Can you throw more light in how to balance responsibility, reward, and saving? Because all that falls under what I just said.
Okay. Unfortunately, in Nigeria or in Africa, the dependency ratio is very high. So you see one person, he's like a breadwinner for like 10, 20 persons within his household. And then you're now coming to that person to say, please save, or please invest in this business. It's practically speaking, it might look very impossible. But like I said earlier, if you want to achieve financial stability or achieve financial freedom, you must set a goal. You cannot keep on, being a charity organization, a charitable individual, feeding so many people, and at the end of the day, you are not thinking of what's the next phase for me. Because if you think that money you are getting, probably from a salary, will continue coming, what happens if that money stops coming? What's going to happen? And one thing you must know is that there are some needs and some demands that you probably would have to say no to, because it's not everything that you can meet. And even if when you say no, trust me, that need might be met somewhere else, or that person would not die. So you now have to, have to set financial goals for yourself, and then say, okay, at this point, I know this is how much I'm earning. So when we talk about responsibility now, what are my responsibilities? What are the things I know that I'm responsible for? So you have children, you must pay school fees. You have a house, you must pay rent. So you now have to have a list of your responsibilities and then attend to your responsibilities. Then also have a plan for what? For your savings. Because you also want to move from this lifestyle to be able to move to a lifestyle that can accommodate all these things. But if you don't have goals, if you don't put your plans in place properly and maintain some level of discipline, it becomes very difficult to achieve that. So you just find yourself supporting here, supporting here, supporting here. Your money is scattered abroad, and then you're not able to gather something, because money grows. Money grows. If you invest money, you expect that you get what? Returns on that money. But if you don't have anything to invest, you definitely know that you only depend on what or that source that you have. So it's important that you have a plan, and then you understand what are your responsibilities, have a plan for savings and also investment.
Okay. So actually, Apeh used to say that if you're earning salary just once a month, then you're poor. No matter how much money you're earning that once a month.
Yes.
Because it's unfair, to earn money
just once
in 30 days, then you spend the money for the remaining 29 days. So we all know that in this country, one stream of income, salary is not, they pay. So everybody is looking for what to do next. So I've been working, I've been earning my salary, I've saved enough to open a side hustle or to start something. What should I consider? Because I've been around too many financially intelligent people to know that it's not just anything I should put my money in. So as a young person that wants to expand, what do you think I should consider before I start a business?
Okay, so we have so many wonderful ideas out there. If I ask you now, if I give you $1 million, what are you going to do with the $1 million? I'm sure you can give me like 4 or 5 ideas, But before you start any business, first you need to know what need or solution is that idea going to provide. Because if you are not able to provide a need or a solution, you're probably just running a non-profitable business. So your idea needs to meet a solution or meet a problem. Secondly, you also have to look at the location of the business. Where do I want to start this business? Have I seen a need in a school? So this audience or this target market, do they have the capacity to be able to pay for what service or product I'm about to bring into the environment? Your pricing is also important. So are there competitors within this market? So even if I bring this product, do I have a strong competitor who is going to beat my price down? So at the end of the day, it now looks like I've invested so much in this business, I've put in so much effort, and then I'm not able to get anything out of it. So you need to understand your pricing, your competition, the market. You need to have a business analysis, have a business plan, do a feasibility studies. So you don't just come up with a wonderful idea and then you just want to run with it. You must test it, put it in paper, put it in writing, because it's even one goal that I've been able to test it on paper before I even bring it out to reality to see how it can work. So ensure you have a business plan. Do proper analysis of this thing. Which area or which industry do I want to play in? Who are my target audience? Do they have the capacity to pay for this service or pay for this product? And then with that, you can now launch out. Try it small, then you now scale up. You don't just rush into the market, put in all your funds, probably put in all your savings, and then you think that, so yes, you will crash. So you go in little by little, and then you can grow up the business from there.
So for capital now, because capital is very important when you want to start a business, do you think it's wise to start a business with loan? People take loans to start business. I mean, the point is, I'm starting a business to get more money, but then I'm starting with debt. So do you think it makes sense? Is it wise to start a business with a loan?
Okay, so as a financial person, I wouldn't advise a startup business to start their business with a loan. Because with loans, it comes with its own price. You're not getting a loan for free.
Exactly.
Definitely, you have to pay back the loan. You have to pay interest on the loan. And now, this business you're about starting, it has not been tested. So business on paper is different from business in reality. So if you have a good idea and you want to run that business, and then you have not tested that business, and then you now have to take someone's money, else's money, to run that business, you are setting yourself up for trouble. So you probably might not have all the funds to start, but like I said earlier, you can start small. You can start with little. The little you have, you start the business, you run the business, test it. You can even test it with family and friends. Okay, have a small group of people or a market you have identified to test run the product. If you have done it here and you are successful in this place, then you can now expand your target market. But to say that you should start a business with a loan, I wouldn't advise, because if the loan goes bad, you find yourself in a worse situation. You still have to pay back that loan, and then you've not even started the business because your capital is gone, the loan is gone, the investment is eroded. So it's better you start your business with savings. You can reach out to family and friends. Oh, I have this idea. You might talk to 100 people and might win 5 people, So it's something, but don't just give it up and say, okay, I don't have savings, I don't have anything. But you can reach out to family and friends, okay, invest in this business, put a share in it. So with that, it's even easy to manage such people than go to financial institutions, go and borrow money. There's no mercy there, Once you've taken up the loan, it has to be paid up.
Okay, so my people are already giving me signal, but just in 2 minutes, number one, is it important to register your business in a country like Nigeria that they can't really track it? I mean, if it's in a location, if it's in a physical location, they will come to you. But like all these online businesses, do you think it's important to register your business? Because I mean, a lot of people have small businesses that are not registered and they don't see the need to register it.
Yes.
Then two, what is the importance of proper documentation in businesses? Because most people just do vibes. I need money, let me take from what I sold today. And then they'll feel like they're making money, but it's turnover. There's no profit. So what is the importance of documentation? Just very quickly before.
Okay, so yes, it's very, very important to register your business. If you're looking at growth, if you're looking at scaling up your business, if you don't just want to operate locally or within just a circle, it's important to register your business, because there are certain benefits you will not derive if your business is not registered. So if you are looking at benefiting from certain incentives that is accorded to businesses in a particular region, so like people in agri business, so the government might probably have incentives to say, okay, you probably don't pay taxes, or you have access to grants. If your business is not registered, nobody would recognize you. Then it also gives your customers confidence. It gives your business feasibility. It gives you that credibility, because people can trust you that this is not just, I'm not just dealing with you, but I'm dealing with a business. So if you are looking at growth, if you are looking at sustainability, if you are looking at the future, it's important to register your business. And then to documentation. First, it's a legal requirement. The law requires that if you run a business, you must keep documents. And you must even keep those documents for at least 6 years.
Oh, wow.
6 years. So if a government official walks up to your business premises and say, oh, I want to see records of your business, you must be able to provide it. If you don't, it's a punishable offense. So that's on one side. Secondly, it helps with accountability. I can't say my business is doing millions of naira or has made 100 million naira last year by word of mouth. It doesn't work. The only thing that proves and provides evidence that my business has capacity to do this volume of business is through the records I keep. So if there's no documentation, you can't track. You are not accountable. There's no system, there's no structure. So documentation is very important in business. So as little as that receipt you collect when you enter Uber, moving from one location to the other, or items you buy to resell in your company, it's important to keep those documents, legal documents, accounting documents, financial documents, your POS receipts. All those items are very important. And then you probably will have to work with a finance person or an accountant to be able to help you put up a proper structure that will help you to keep proper documents for your business. But documentation is important. Having your business registered is also very, very important. Yes.
Honestly, I wish we could go on. This has been a very interesting episode. My people are nodding their head. No, that's not good. Let's cut. But thank you so much for being with us today. We have learned a lot. I have learned a lot, and I'm sure my viewers have learned a lot. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and turn on your post notifications so that the next time I upload a video, you'll be notified. Thank you so much for sticking with us throughout this episode. Hope to see you next time. Until then, bye.